475 horsepower out of a 5.4 liter supercharged V8. That is what Mercedes did back in 2006. And that is what I have purchased, kind of. Alright, so looking around the car a little bit, we got a few things that we are concerned about. One of which being the fact that our front lip is currently held together, not even really, just by duct tape. There's duct tape holding our lip together. But there are three main concerns which we have with this car. Let's go over them. Alright, so some small issue. We'll show you the interior later, but there's a reason why I have gloves and an N95 mask. It's not nice in there. Those are my rear seats. Those should probably be in the car. Speaking of rear seats, you might notice we're missing portions of them. Here is one of the other rear seats. Well, that can just go there for the time being. And here's the other one. It's not that moldy, honestly, and it's sat outside. Let's pop this hood. It ain't working.
What the hell?
Dude, there are so many bugs here, actually. I can't imagine why. But under the hood, we have a rat's nest. But also, my 5.4, 5.5 liter, depends on what you want to say, supercharged V8. Don't worry about that. That is an issue. All right, we need to first off get this thing very far away from here. So we are going to just remove it entirely. I think that's a good solution. We will detail this whole thing, and I do believe that I have someone who might give us a hand. Wait, we can see who made my supercharger, my V8. G did, okay, it's gonna need a bit of cleaning for me to read that. But he made it. All right, assessing what we have going on in here, that is a very rusty tensioner. So odds are we're going to need to replace a tensioner. Clutch is probably shot, that's in here too. Honestly, the other pulleys don't look too terrible. Hopefully they're not all frozen in there, but we'll never know. My least favorite part about this is oil dipstick. Yeah, I don't know, there might be oil in it. We'll need to find that out. Honestly, looking over this whole thing, our fluids are looking pretty solid. Let's check our coolant reservoir, see if we even have anything in here. I haven't looked in there. And there's stuff in there, man. I mean, it's not very high, but it's in there. Our brake fluid actually looks brand new. If you hop over here, look at this thing. This looks like it was like just recently replaced with some of that high quality .4 brake fluid. That's like brand new. We're looking pretty good. There is one extremely concerning thing about this vehicle though, and we'll talk about that next. But first, we need to run up to the shop and grab some stuff. All right, we made it to the shop. We have a Porsche Boxster S, which is not part of the deal of what we're handling right now, but this thing needs a full transmission linkage, which is why everything is completely apart on it. But we must go first to go grab a bunch of stuff that we need to go get the car up in the air, fill tires up, etc., etc. So first thing that we need to grab is this big old air tank, because we gotta go fill up those tires, see if we can get it high enough to actually get a jack under it, because right now it doesn't. So what do we need?
I'm recording.
Very nice. We acquired the items that I think that is all that we should need to get the transmission into neutral and get the car up in the air. That's for the mold. This is hopefully all that we need to get that transmission into neutral. That's bad. All right, we have our collection of items here, and hopefully this is all that we need to go get this thing at least kind of able to be moved. But we'll go see. Let's go back there right now. All right, my main concern for this whole process and project is what we are about to look at next when we get back there. And that, unfortunately, is the suspension. Dude, absolutely not. No, we're not doing this right now. This thing just landed in my car. Get out! It jumped! I have a solution for this. It's completely stuck. Just. All right. So we're back at the car after grabbing all the stuff. Don't mind the fact that I no longer have the merch on. That's a whole different story. Cameraman, plug the merch, cameraman. Plug the merch. It's very nice. Very nice. You wanted some, buy some. Anyway, not the point. The point is number 2 on our list of the biggest concerns that I have. This is an ABC suspension from Mercedes. Now, some of you seem to think that it's air suspension. It's not. It's a hydraulic suspension, and it's expensive. Let's go under the hood. I'm sure you're probably wondering, Luke, why are we under the hood of the Mercedes if we're talking about suspension? Well, that's because it is an ABC system which runs off of the power steering pump as well. It kind of functions as a high-pressure fuel pump in the way that it works to make the suspension work. And when it breaks, it's expensive. I mean, we're talking like $14,000 for an entire rebuild. And that's on the cheap. All right, so we've figured out how we have to pop the trunk. We need to get access to the battery positive terminal, which is in the passenger side footwell. Unfortunately, the doors are all locked because the battery's dead. So I'm going to have to climb in this thing right now, reach over and forcefully open up the other side door, which hopefully works. Now, I kind of wish that I bought a hazmat suit before doing this, but I didn't know I was going in the car today. So this is our form of hazmat suit that we're rocking. I would not advise this if you want to stay healthy and young. This side is a lot less terrible than the other side. The pillars are concerning. That's slightly concerning. I mean, there's a good amount of mold in here, and it's all pretty black, which you usually don't want. So,
what does that mean, Luke?
Usually that means you're gonna die if you like touch it or breathe it in. I'm doing all of that. So theoretically speaking, this can pull down, and then right here, I got me a positive terminal, baby. Oh my God, look at us go. So our original plan today was to get this thing jacked up, maybe look under it a little bit, and we had to get the transmission into neutral. However, that's not happening because it's too low from the suspension. Even after pumping the tires up to like 40 or 50 PSI, which is way over the recommended spec, we still can't get a jack under here. Now, with all that being said, I guess we are taking this back to the shop. We got to get a tow out here. Hopefully they can get it out without breaking everything on it, because that is very steep. So, once we get it back to the shop, we'll start looking at it a little more, and I'll show you the real horrors of the interior on this car. All right, so I might have messed up. So obviously I bought the car, and unfortunately I made a grave miscalculation on the amount of work that the car needed, and now I'm down to 3 options. Now, before we get to what those 3 options are, I want to go over why exactly we are down to these 3 options, and it's just a combination of bad, worse, and worstest, technically. Let's start off with the main reason, which I don't know if I showed you, is the sheer quantity of black mold in the car is now unfathomable and probably unsavable. But that wasn't the main problem. Now, buying a car from somebody who died 7 years ago is not the easiest thing to do, because you didn't have a title, didn't have a key, still doesn't have a key, but I was able to get a title for it. But that's a whole different story of the excessive amount of stuff that I don't have for this car, and I know nothing about it. The last thing is the fact that the engine in the car, we don't know if it works or not, and we wouldn't know that unless we had the key. With the suspension and stuff as well, there's a lot that goes into that, and the combination of the two is really where the problem starts about why I don't think that this project's going to go through. Obviously, the main concern with the car is, besides the mold, obviously, is the ABC suspension system, which doesn't raise unless the engine is on, because it is run off the power steering pump. We don't know if this engine runs, and we don't have a key for it. So that's one of the main reasons why this thing is just going to fall apart. Now, I found a tow truck driver that is able to get it out. Shout out to Mooney's Towing. If you need a towing service, they're the guys. I love them. They're great. They said they could get it out, but it's not their fault. The car is in such a terrible spot and is so low to the ground that there would be damage caused, which I knew would happen. So I thought, let me try and see if I can get that suspension up beforehand, and to do that, I would be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars into the build already, and I'd be building it in an open field. So it's not just one thing, it's not just 2 things, it's all of the things combined, which is the reason why I don't think I'm going to continue this project. Now, this is not at all how I wanted this video to go a month from when I started it out, but that's kind of where we're at right now. Sometimes you need to make a decision to just stop the terrible, terrible idea that you started with and maybe move on to something different. But we haven't given up all hope quite yet. There are 3 options that I'm giving you guys, and you can decide which one I go with. Option number 1, if there's a company out there that wants to sponsor the rebuild of the SL55 AMG and bringing it back to life, or multiple companies out there, I would love to hear from you. because I think it's doable. It's just a lot of work and probably more time and money that I really want to put into that thing. Number 2 is if you're thinking to yourself, Luke, you're making a terrible mistake. This thing is way less work than you think it is. Well then, shoot me a DM over on Instagram, TikTok, email, just usually Instagram, I'll respond. Shoot me an offer. I'll let you buy the thing if you want to come pick it up and work on it yourself. And the last but certainly not least option is where it's probably going to end up is going to scrap. Scrap the car, make a few $100 off of it because I bought it for so cheap because it was a piece of garbage, and then dump that money into a functioning, running, likely AMG new car to have fun with because I no longer have the S4 and this thing I never drive. But yeah, that's where we are currently at with project CL55 AMG. I will give you guys 3 weeks to make your decision on what I should do next with it. Whether it's scrap it, you want to buy it, feel free, like I said, Instagram, or if there's a sponsor out there that wants to sponsor this build and keep it going, because I'm gonna need a sponsor for this thing to make any form of sense for me. But I'll give you guys 3 weeks. Like I said, let me know what I should do, and then we'll see. If I sell it, we're getting a new AMG. I'll find something, because this thing, I need something else. I'll see you on the next one.